Okay, first of all, I care about women more than anyone else. Okay? That doesn't mean I'm not going to condemn them to hell. I am. Because I put God first. And this saying right here proves it. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. Whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. If you can't live with me in a palace, then live with me in a middle class house. If you can't do that, then live with me in an apartment. If you can't do that, live with me in a tent on the beach. Okay, but whatever you do, you've got to choose righteousness over wickedness. You've got to choose moving forward, moving toward heaven over hell, or you're a dumb fucking bitch. Okay? And that's the fact of the situation. You can't let a bunch of arrogant people talk about the cult of the flesh and their secret order and their jealous, petty philosophies convince you to do otherwise. Okay, first of all, the way those guys in that picture have sex is different than other people. Okay? The way that this guy, this token minority back there, has sex compared to those Greek guys, whatever they were in the other picture, and the way these guys have sex is different. And why am I bringing this up? Okay? The way this guy has sex, the way this guy does, we can more or less picture it with some accuracy, even if we haven't been watching pornography. What I'm doing isn't a threat to the erotic desire culture of America. Maybe a small group of people, if I was famous, would change their sexual habits. But what they're doing is preventing me from having a suitable helper. Okay, so you see these guys, right? Harry and William. This guy seems like he has more of a pure heart and a pure royal relationship, even though he's Aladdin and a cartoon character, than they do. And obviously, I seem like I have the purest heart of all, and I do. And we pick up on that really quickly. It has to do with how people evolve to detect things like walking through a jungle, walking through the desert, trying to avoid poisonous snakes, what have you. Okay? You start to pick up on things. That's how people evolved. Some people evolve looking more like this, and they don't pick up on things so well. They're on the spectrum of autism or something. Okay, that kind of look, like these guys do. It's part of how we know. Now, nobody misses that for a moment. You know, when you see this guy, do you think, hey, that guy's the most mature guy that ever lived? He has the most sense that ever lived. Or you say, hey, he's a foolish and contemptible, senseless nerd. Okay? When we see her, do we miss the difference between my brain function and hers, even though they've reduced my picture, mind you? For the most part, we don't. You see, I'm similar to Martin Luther King, but we can tell by his body, his the way he thinks, that just lots of things that tell us that I'm smarter than he is because I'm the top martial artist and he's just a guy who gives speeches and another guy with a fancy college degree where I'm the top martial artist ever. He's nowhere near in my category. Okay? I'm way out of his league in terms of intelligence. The way I make love and how classy I see myself is far more and far more logical than anyone who's ever lived. Okay? So, it is stupid on a planet where people do not think that your celebrities are the ideal men to change my form and my voice to try to feed into the idea that these guys are ideal. You're not going to feed into that idea any more than you're going to feed into the idea that they're the fastest or the strongest or they're the top martial artist or that they have some kind of sexual activity that goes beyond everyone else. No one believes these things. We basically assess the situation pretty well and pretty accurately. Okay? Lots of people are acting like this guy over here, like some kind of mocker, like these people here, some kind of acrobat circus weirdo that never grew up. When we see someone who's acting like a circus witch or something, we think they never grew up. When we see these people here, we think they never grew up. They're sex workers. They're acting like, they're bitter. They had a problem with their parents or something. They never grew up. Even when they edited my picture to make it so I seem like a Jew, we can still see that I'm smarter than other people. Okay, they did a lot to try to reduce the look I have, to try to make it so I look more like this guy, where you can tell he has some kind of brain function problem. It's part of the devil's game, right? Image, I mage. The word mage is the word game scrambled. G-A-M-E can be M-A-G-E. And image is I-M-A-G-E. So they're playing some kind of stupid game that there's no point. Are we going to forget because of them sabotaging me that the white man has irreversible privilege that disqualifies him from ever being ideal? No. Okay, are we going to ever think that this guy's ideal because he's a Jew? And then he says, don't say that about the Jews in YouTube. No, they cannot win the game. Okay, even this type of chick understands that. Okay, even these chicks understand that. They're like, duh. They teach us that in school, right? I mean, everyone knows that, right? They know that. So when even they know that, what the fuck are you doing it for? Because you think that being rich, arrogant, and possessive, you know, and acting like the devil, say, well, we have to act devilish. We're the white devils and we act devilish. Okay? Them saying that, not me. I'm not saying that they are or aren't in this video. That's not the point of this video. Will people ever think that Satanism is greater than truly being loyal to God? Will they think that fake Christianity and politics, okay, whoever, you know, is not really represented here that well, but to some degree it is, okay, is better than actually serving God and being a man of principle? Saying the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Challenge and controversy. My top martial arts challenge, the #1 challenge of any type in human history. Certainly the top martial arts challenge ever. If a king judges the poor with fairness, his throne will be established forever. A happy heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. Do we need to see those scriptures to know that say, if this chick rejected me, that we know she's a dumb bitch? Okay, if these chicks rejected me, we know they're a dumb bitch. If these chicks said, hey, you mean he doesn't eat pussy? Okay, and he doesn't suck toes? Okay, that their habits are despicable compared to the spiritual exchange of making love with the top martial arts ever. Do we need for me to spell it out? For me to explain why this guy doesn't have the same romantic appeal that I do? Do you need for me to show you this picture to know that their Jesus is superimposed on me? I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? Do you need to see this picture for you know the difference between traditional martial arts and cage fighting? I mean, we are talking dumbasses who shun me because nerds and assorted worms have convinced them that a long life with these guys here is greater than a short life with this guy here, and that is fucking retarded. I don't respect women one bit for that mistake. That's pathetic.